The PDP is still split into two main camps, and the latest moves show the wide-ranging power struggle. Wike-backed factions Caretaker Committee. At a 104th NEC meeting in Abuja on December 7, 2025, the group loyal to FCT Minister Nyesom, Wike set up a 13-member National Caretaker Committee to run the party for 60 days, while Congresses and a national convention are organized. Honorable Abdurrahman Muhammad was named chairman, and Senator Samuel Inyemu was named secretary. The committee's mandate is to hold all pending state congresses and schedule a national convention within the 60-day window. The party's NEC reaffirmed Senator Inyemu as a substantive national secretary, a decision that was meant to settle the dispute but didn't stop the factional fighting. The announcement was contained in a communique read by the chairman of the party's board of trustees, Mao Oabunwa, who stated that the decision emerged for what the faction describes as the PDP's 104th National Executive Committee meeting held in Abuja.
We are also making meaningful progress in reorganizing affected states, including the constitution of credible caretaker committees to prepare the ground for transparent congresses and subsequent convention processes. This, you know, in line with our resolve and commitment from the first day we were inaugurated, that we are going to work with this NWC, we are going to encourage them, we are going to support them to ensure that the right things are done and that things will be done in line with the law and the guidelines of our great party, PDP. Like I said, we're also making meaningful progress in organizing affected states, including the constitution of credible caretaker committees to prepare the ground for transparent congresses and subsequent convention process. These efforts are aimed at building trust, strengthening internal structures, and ensuring that our party remains a model of fairness, inclusiveness in Nigerian democratic space. As the constitution of our party entails, the Board of Trustees must continue to provide stability, wisdom, and moral guidance. Our responsibility is to safeguard the party's soul, steer it away from divisive tendencies, and reinforce the values that have historically set the PDP apart as a disciplined and democratically established institution. In this defining moment, therefore, we must rise above sentiment and act with unity of purpose. Our duty is clear, well stated, to consolidate the reforms already underway, deepen internal cohesion, and ensure that the People's Democratic Party emerges stronger, more virile, more united, and fully prepared for the leadership responsibilities ahead. I thank you all for your steadfastness, for your dedication and commitment, and your loyalty to our great party. This is the time we should stand to be counted. BOT is the conscience of the party. We are the moral compass. And we wouldn't want to behave or be caught complicit. We must stand and face the truth and ensure that this party stands to be counted at all times in our obedience to the law of the Federation, the law of our party, and the guidelines to the regulation body, which is Independent National Electoral Commission. I want to thank God for granting all of us joining mercies. We are going to hold this meeting in peace, and at the end of the day, we'll also go back safely. We know that most people are still on the way, but still I want to appreciate those of you that irrespective of the short notice, the flight problems, but you were able to make it here. I want to thank God and assure you that this meeting will be as brief as possible. Thank you and God bless you. You know, in my speech, I had thanked members for your steadfastness, commitment, and loyalty. But it's important that I put this on record. That you remember in our last meeting, there were great challenges. Our strength was put to test. Our commitment was put to test. There were devices by our detractors. But I want to thank all of you that irrespective of the challenges, we stood firm. We had our meeting right there in the party secretariat, and we took far-reaching decision resolutions. I want to thank you for that commitment and say that if we stand and continue to go with this spirit, I want to assure you that we're going to bring back PDP to the position it was, and even better going forward. BOT also has an age limit. It's not just where you just walk into. You must attain some height, politically, otherwise, and age. And luckily today, we are privileged to have one of our great leaders, one of our members, celebrating his 80th birthday. In short, it was done last weekend in Enugu, but yours was yesterday, actually, or 2 days ago. But we couldn't make it because of this meeting. So I want us to stand to the glory of God and sing happy birthday to ourselves. But let me mention his name before, so that people will be looking at, wondering who is 80. But he's a young, old man. Where's my sip? Who took my sip?
Thank you for your time.